Hello, I'm on a live stream, and it's completely fucking random. I had no plans to do this shit, and I just said, fuck it. We're going to go for it. Let me close these other tabs out. So I got this old-ass MacBook. This old-ass MacBook. Okay, I'm going to go on a rant. In case people may not even tune in to watch this shit, but here's a quick. Hey, Borkoff. I didn't think anybody even tuned in to watch this shit. Here's a random fucking rant, man. I don't know if anybody watched the videos where I was talking about when I went through that whole problem with the Apple Store, but man, that shit was fucking torturous here in Czech Republic. Because if you don't know, Czech Republic is not authorized to, like, their Apple stores cannot be in Czech Republic. Like Victoria's Secret can't be here too. So what they have to do is they have to sell it through some like side bullshit. Hey, how's it go? Oh wow, I didn't think anybody even tune in because I didn't make a plan for this shit at all. I just got done playing Gran Turismo. Said, you know what? I don't even drink a lot anymore. Over the last 3 weeks, I've probably drank 3 times, including this one. But I just got the thing, I'm gonna do a random live stream. Let's see what happens. But a random rant, man. This MacBook that I'm on right now is a 10-year-old MacBook Pro. Do the math. And, oh no, I'm trying to get waves. I don't got no hair, bro. I'm just cold because it's October. It's October. That's how French people would say it. October. But man, that fucking Mac store here was fucking horrible. I can see your Switch in the back. Oh yeah, it is right there. Yeah, because I moved it from the other room because I want to put my PlayStation in this room because there's a bed right here. Here, I'll show you guys. There's a bed right here. It ain't made enough, and I want to put my PlayStation in this room. That way, I can lay down on the bed when I be playing like Nintendo and shit. I can play PlayStation, but I don't have any plugs. I got to get like another fucking extension. It's not a long story, but I haven't put the PlayStation in here yet. But yeah, man. That fucking Apple's PS5, man, all Genesis, I was salty about the PS5, man. Because it's not going to come out in Czech Republic until the website said till 2021. It's supposed to come out like soon in the US. So I'm kind of, if that's true, I'm fucked up about. I told my girl I was fucked up about that shit, man. I was fucked I'm gonna get that shit when it comes. I'm gonna get a next gen console like within that month. Whatever, by any means necessary, I'm gonna get that shit. Odyssey, Mario. Oh, I love that game, man. I traded in, but D'Angelo, Mario Odyssey, I love that shit. I loved Mario Odyssey. I thought it was. I can see how people. Well, I don't see how people couldn't like that game because it was just a. That's the thing with Nintendo games, man. Like they are great games, but you have to get games that were made by Nintendo in some way. Like they don't fuck up games, man. Their games stay premium prices for years, and there's a reason because like they have a simple formula, a relatively kind of. Sometimes it can be complicated, but for the most part, a simple formula. And man, they have top tier quality. I can't complain with Nintendo. I love it. Don't get the Series X. It's a trash console. Sunshine. You know what, Mario chat. I have the 3D alls here. Let me show you real quick. These are the 2 physical games I have. The 2 actual physical games I have is the Paper Mario, because when I seen that shit, I was like, oh, the world is gonna stop for that. And then I bought this. Now, I am kind of let down by this because I'll be real with you guys. I really could have played this on my phone for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you really didn't need to play this on a Switch. But I bought it and I bought it, and you gotta remember, like, Nintendo shit. Nintendo is like Apple of the gaming market. Like their shit holds value for a long time. So I did buy it, but I can also sell it. And we didn't. And at this point, I mean, we really don't know how it's going to play out with the whole. Because I think they're only selling it for like 6 months or some shit like that. So the price may go up for this 3D All-Star shit. Because I always wanted to play Mario Sunshine, and I never got a chance to play it. So because everybody played Mario 64. If you play video games, you play Mario 64. Well, if you're older and you play video games, you play Mario 64. But I never got a chance to play Galaxy or Sunshine. Right now, I'm playing Galaxy, which I enjoy, but my drift controller has that fucking drift shit. So Mario just take off, start running to the left and shit. Like, Mario, why the fuck, bro? Like, chill out. Why do you keep running to the left? But I remember, oh, it's the Joy-Con. That's right. Because he just bust out. And you know, he just like, chill the fuck out, Mario. It ain't that serious. Just slow down. Pamalu. This is some cheap ass wine I bought from the store. It's in Czech too. Vino is wine. I learned a couple days ago, vina is fault in Czech, but vino is wine. Vino motil. I don't know what that means, but it's wine something. Anyway, I love Mario. Why you too? Hey, Arvin. You live, man. You not. Yo, hey, good catch your life. Hey, Matrix Mirage. Hey. Would you be okay with showing pic? Would you be okay showing me a pic of your girlfriend? You know what? Personally, I don't. Well, I give a fuck, but I don't give a fuck about that. Because the reason why I give a fuck about it is, let's just be real, man. This is the internet, Robin. I think Robin's a girl. I can't tell, right? Because I've seen that name before. Because I remember, because the capital letters and the small letters, Robin Suburb, guy or girl, whoever you are. I'm a little bit iffy about that, because there's always a creep on the internet everywhere who's going to like stalk her or like, you know, reverse look her up and then find her fucking Facebook page and then message. So like, personally, well, I care, and then I completely don't care. Yeah, I care because I understand the reality of the internet. The reality of the internet is this, man. When you put shit on the internet, this shit stays forever. You see? And with that being said, if I were to put her on the internet, that would like make her immediately involved in my shit, which could then possibly fuck her up in the future. And my thing, I don't want to fuck anybody up. That's why, like, you see my face, but I don't put anybody. I don't even put my assistant's face on this motherfucker. All right. The assistant I got to film me. Oh, I only put one video up where he filmed it around Prague, but I only put his face. It's a dude. I only put his face on this shit, man, because I want to own. Like, if there's anybody that's getting backlash anytime in life, I know I can handle the backlash. So I just want my face on here. The bat signal left in the brothel. D'Angelo Mayweather. No, I don't. Man, I played Assassin's Creed. Okay, I played Prince of Persia, which led to Assassin's Creed. And Genesis, I do want to make a gaming channel, but I don't know how to do it though, because I'm dumb as fuck. I used to play Assassin's Creed, man, but the story really from what I understand, the story, it just, maybe I'm dumb, but like the story doesn't go anywhere. And I don't want to play as Desmond. I didn't like him. I just wanted to be back in old Florence, Italy, killing motherfuckers and, you know what I'm saying, and learning random shit. That's what I love, that part. But I didn't want to leave the Anubis. Was it Anubis? I can't remember. I said this once I played it. I didn't want to know Anubis. That's from Zone to Enders on PlayStation, I think. Anubis. Fuck, I've been drinking. I can't remember. But I used to play Assassin, but the story, it really just goes nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere. From my experience. Monday night, big baller, AD stream. Prince, I love this, man. Sands of Time was excellent. Warrior Within was cool. The third one was it was okay because it was Prince of Persia. The third one was all right. It wasn't the best, but also wasn't the worst. But personally, I loved it because the first one, that was the first time if you were playing games when Prince of Persia Sands of Time came out, That was the first game to ever do some shit that I knew of. That to ever do some shit that like truly you can, if you fucked up, you can and to do something else to keep you from that. That shit was off the charts gangster, man. Like I had never seen that before. So like, and then how the story, how the gameplay, like if you were like to jump off an edge on accident and die, he would go like the screen would come up and he would go, oh no, wait a minute, that's not how it happened. Because he was telling a story to his bitch in the room with him. Like, man, you were playing a game like through him telling the story. That shit was hot. At the time, there was no shit like, there was nothing like that, man. So the first one has an eternal place in my heart. But after the first one, like the Warrior Within was cool. But I'm not a fan of backtracking shit. I'm not a fan of like going back into a room. Even with bitches. In my life, let me open this window. Even with my fucking history of dealing with bitches, man, like my thing is this. With bitches and video games, it's the same thing. Like, if I'm fucking with a bitch at the time or a video game at the time, like we can be cool, whatever. But once I grow off and go into something else, I never go back. I don't go, and I hate that shit in video games where you have to like backtrack to a room you already been to. Like that shit is as grueling to me as mathematical logic is to women. Like I hate that. I'll do it if I have to do it just to get the story. But like I hate that shit, man. I hate it. Do you play Final Fantasy? I want to play the new one. The one that's like not, because I don't like turn-based a lot. Yeah, Warrior Within, Angelo Fearing 1337. Yeah, Warrior Within was mechanically advanced. I give you that because you can actually take the bad guy's weapons and then and use it. Where Prince of Persia, you couldn't do that. You had the time dagger, and you had whatever gangster swords you had at the time, and that's just what you had. But Warrior Within, that was one of the first. I would say Warrior Within was probably one of the first games that invited the whole like. Because I think he could even choke the bad guy and shit. Like, that was one of the first games like that to do that well, at least that I know of. I could be wrong, but that was the first one I can remember. What's your opinion on no fat? You're a bit unorthodox in the Red Pit community. I want to hear no fat. I mean, personally, I'll beat my dick off. No fat. I don't have an opinion about it, man. Honestly, like if you just don't want to, I vaguely know what it means. Like I guess just from the logic, you don't want to jack off because I guess you think it'll like grant you some abilities or some shit like that. I don't know. Personally, I will jack my dick off. I don't have anything to say about it. Personally, I mean, I don't study that deeply into it. So I'm sure someone actually studies into it. They can tell you more, they can break down more logic. I can't because I'm not even gonna pretend I do. Smash Bros. Oh man, Genesis. I used to play Smash Bros. The first one, because that's how old I'm 30. I'll be 35 next year. The first Smash Bros. Was gangster. If you had to fight Dave Chappelle in a fist fight, what would your strategy be to win given the hype? Dave Chappelle, I don't know how long you've been watching Isaiah M. I know I pronounced your name wrong. My bad. But I've seen Dave Chappelle a few times. And the way I seen Dave Chappelle was the same way that Dave Chappelle seen O.J. Simpson. Like that motherfucker is never gonna remember me. Right? like for real. Like the way I met Dave Chappelle was like the same way that if you watch that Netflix documentary, it was the same way he met O.J. Simpson. Like O.J. Simpson's not gonna remember who Dave Chappelle was. It's the same. It was the same shit, right? Dave Chappelle is a big motherfucker. Don't get that shit twisted. Don't get it confused. Dave Chappelle, the reason why he gets away with jokes like he can is because he's a big dude. Even before he was working out, he's a tall dude. That dude, I mean, he's not, I'm 5'7", all right? 5'7", I forget. Me and my girl was just trying to break down the math on that shit, and I forgot that shit already. But no, I'm not very tall, man. But I still remember the first time I seen Dave Chappelle on Whole Foods. And if you ever happen to talk to the motherfucker, he knows the Whole Foods I'm talking about because it's down there by that Subaru. It's a Subaru car dealership across the street. It's a Sam's Club across the street. It's in Centerville, Ohio. If you ever happen to, he knows that because that's where I seen him and his wife. And when I seen him, he was wearing one of them, what's that shit called? Like a jacket, like y'all remember them bubble coats, but it was like a vest of a bubble coat. And the funny part was, the first time I seen him, I seen his wife first, but I didn't know it was his wife. But you know, like when you get to looking at him at a stranger in public, and you just be like, that motherfucker is tripping. I was looking at his wife like that, but I didn't know it was his wife. It was just this weird Asian lady, just like picking up fruit, leaning over, just like looking at it like she was half high and shit, and putting it down, and then going like, I'm like, this bitch is tripping. But you know, like when you in this position, you can't stop looking at him. You just be like, it used to be pushing your cart, it was one of them, right? And so like I kept looking at the bitch. And then Dave Chappelle, big ass, with that bubble coat vest, strode in like. And then his wife came. I was like, and then right then I did the math because I remember hearing that his wife was like Asian or something. And then like in like 2 seconds, I did the math. DID DAMAF. I did the math that quick. I was like, oh, that's his wife. And he mouthed to her. He whispered. He's like, well, what do you want to do? And looked at her. And he was just like, just like with Rick James, like when you see the aura, like I seen the aura, like when I remember in my brain, I see like a white aura with like orange around it. And I'm not lying, bro. I'm not lying to you. I heard about a married Russian woman, 30. But back, if I had to fist fight Dave Chappelle, man, I gotta be honest with you. I think I could take him. And that's not the vino talking, the wine. That's not the wine talking. I think, no, let me take it. And the reason why I'm thinking more in depth, because I didn't tell you guys this story a few nights ago. My girl, because she comes over every weekend. And one morning she got up to take a piss. It was like 5 a.m., right? She gets up to take a piss, and let me turn this heat off. And she comes back to bed, and she says, "Hey, somebody's screaming for help from the toilet." And like my girl's Czech, right? So her English, she's fluent in English, but sometimes it's not the best. And so, but like it's like 4 a.m. You hear somebody come to you and say, "Somebody's screaming help from the toilet." Your first thought is this bitch high? Like, what is she fucked up? So, but the fact that she says somebody screaming for help, that's just like the person in me. I just jumped out of bed because, like, when I hear somebody screaming for help, you don't know how long they've been screaming for help. They could have screaming for help for 6 hours. You don't know, right? You just don't know. So that's just a part of me. If I hear somebody screaming for help, I'm gonna jump up and go see what the fuck is going on, right? But in the back of my mind, I'm going, man, this bitch is fucking. She just half sleep. She didn't hear nothing. So I go in the bathroom. I should take y'all into my shitty bathroom so you can see it where I went. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take y'all into my shitty bathroom so you can see where I heard this shit. My bathroom is shitty, y'all. Y'all gonna laugh at me for this. I'm gonna hear this later. So my bathroom, I gotta turn this other light. I'm drying clothes too. Hang on. So my girl so here's the bathroom, right? It's a shitty fucking bathroom. Can you see this shit? It's a shit. It got carpet on. For some reason, it got carpet on the ground. I don't know why motherfucker decided to put carpet in the toilet. But anyway, so you come in here and you can open this. I'm trying to see what you guys see, what I can see. So you can open this shit and you can hear all. So like right now, motherfuckers can hear me talking in this toilet, in this contraption. And I'm not gonna lie. I was terrified. Because I never heard, my camera's fucked up. I never heard a motherfucker scream for help in a foreign language. So like my brain switched to straight protector mode. I'm like, where you at, bro? Hey, I swear, hold on, let me pull, because this is exactly what I did. I said, Where you at, bro? What floor you on? And this motherfucker can't speak English. He's saying promotes. This motherfucker don't know English, but my dumb ass switched to immediate protector mode. Where you at, fam? I come to get you. That's just me. So that's what happened. So then, anyway, so we sat there. So I told my girl, oh, he's saying something else, because I couldn't understand what he was saying, because he's speaking that fluid Czech. He's speaking that Czech like how we speak English, like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck going on, you know what I mean? Like, he's speaking that kind of Czech. So I can't understand what he's saying. And then my girl said, oh, he said he's on the 5th floor. So let's go down there. So I'm like, yeah, come on, shoot, let's go. And so we go down there. Of course, we can't get in because it's different keys to every floors in these flats. So we called the police, and the police came, and these big ass motherfuckers came. Like, a lot of Czech people ain't that big, man, but these police motherfuckers was like, I haven't seen people that big since I was in the military. Let me close this door real quick. I haven't seen people that big like since I was in the military. Like, these motherfuckers was at least 6 foot, at least 6'2", 6'3", like, built, right? To the point where, like, the first thought that went through my mind was, I really don't want to have to fight you motherfuckers, but I would if I had to, type of shit. I haven't felt that in my life since I was in the military. Well, I wasn't even military long. Oh, my telescope? It's a big, no, man, it's really not that great. It's expensive because Czech Republic charges like expensive rates for heavy shit. So, I mean, it's not light, but it's really, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Black Bruce Wayne. I randomly told a girl at work that she had put some weight. I'm in a joke, but she's now ignoring me. I'm ignoring her, demonstrate. No, what you do, Thomas, you just let that shit go. Some type of life event will happen to where she's gonna have to talk to you again. Let it go. Just don't say nothing else to her. Taken. What about masculine bitches? Any hope there? Well, you gotta talk to her, man. Talk to her. Like, just bring up any conversation, and you'll see if she likes you, she'll start letting that feminine side out around you. That feminine side out around you. What country should a single 28-year-old dude move to? Any country that's not westernized. That's an easy answer. Can you own a firearm in Czechoslovakia? Okay, Jonathan, this is not Czechoslovakia. It's Czech Republic. Because Czech Republic and Slovakia are two completely different countries. Slovakia is more to the east. Czech Republic is like west, or they call it, like, they like to call it like central, because like they like it, like it's like a neutral term for the people here, because it's like I don't know if you know, but in Europe, man, they really like that whole like money shit, and anything that's inferred with money, like they're sensitive to that shit. So Czech Republic is literally Central Europe. But I know why the people like to keep it called Central Europe. They like that shit because it's a neutral term to not infer that they sold out and went to Western Europe, you know, that type of thing. While also technically it is, you know, logistically Central Europe. So they like to keep that Central Europe shit going. It's Eastern Europe. I would say it's Eastern Europe. With Slovakia, Poland. Like, I think Poland still can technically consider Eastern Europe. I'd call Czech Republic Eastern Europe. I don't have a problem. I mean, I live in Prague. I don't have a problem with it, but from the outside looking in, it's Eastern Europe, pretty much. Do you smoke? No, Snowy. I don't smoke weed because I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch when it comes to smoking weed. I cough all the time. Terrence, you from Ohio? Yeah, I'm from Cincinnati. Terrence, I grew up in Cincinnati, and I went to college in Dayton, and now I'm out in Europe. AD, have you ever had one-itis? Oh, totally. Oh, a million times, Genesis. That's just a part of growing up. That one-itis, man. I had one-itis. The first one-itis I ever had was when I was in kindergarten, and there was this girl. And I remember I would chase her around the playground. To this day, I remember it. I used to chase her around the playground and kiss her. I was in kindergarten. I used to chase her and kiss her, and then she'd get up and run away, and I'd chase her and kiss her again. And I didn't, and like now I can look back and see it, but at the time I didn't know she was the principal's daughter. And I remember when my mother came to pick me up from school, like later I did the math on it. But at the time I didn't know. Her father came and like laughed about it with my mother. Like they were like he was a cool dude. Now look, and I still run into him every now and then when I go back to the US. He's a real cool dude. But looking back, like I remember he came because when my mother came to pick me up from school, he was talking to her, laughing about it. Like, it's just life. Shit happens. Who gives a fuck? And he was a real cool. He could have been an asshole about it. He could have been, a dickhead, but he was cool. But I had one eyes for years, man. And the reason I bring that up is because I ran into that girl. Because like I said, this was in kindergarten. We were like 5 years old. I ran to her when I was maybe 25. And she had gotten so fat and had like 3 kids. And this sounds like a typical story in like a red pill form, but this is really what happened. Because I went to Walmart in Cincinnati because I drove down from Dayton. And for some reason, because I usually visit my dad in Cincinnati and I take him out for a dinner. When I'm there, I usually take him out for dinner or lunch or something like that. And it was like the end of the night, so I was leaving, but I stopped by Walmart and the girl was there. And she had like 3 kids. And she looked at me like, "Oh, I remember you." And I'm not even making this shit up, man. I looked at her and I went, "Ooh." And I just tried to just ignore her and keep walking. But she like you just like the memes, like, "Hey, stranger." Like it was that shit. It was the "Hey, stranger" scenario. And I was like, "Ooh," just pretend you didn't see her, just keep walking. That's the girl you used to like in kindergarten. Yeah, but as soon as I seen her face, I knew exactly who it was. It was her. It was the girl I used to chase and kiss in kindergarten. Hey, AD, what do you think about black singers before and now? Remember those thick rhymes and beats? But nowadays, well, that's the thing, man. I don't listen to a lot of modern music, so I'm not a great source for that about modern singers. I'm just not. I'm not into it a lot. He could have beat your ass. That's what he could have done. Sure, why not? As a sexually harassing females as a toddler. But that's what I did. These was before the days of Me Too. I'm 34, man. So this was like early 90s. This is before like the days of Me Too and shit like that. Or like, and this was before all that shit, man. Like this is back when you can call a motherfucker like that. It's not right. It's not, politically correct. Like this is back when you call a motherfucker a faggot and shit like that. And people knew. I mean, okay, there's different. Okay, if you call somebody a faggot, right? There's different ways you say it to get across that, like, okay, you genuinely mean harm to this person, or you saying it like, like South Park had an whole episode on it, like somebody who eats all the chicken wings at a party, yeah, he's being a faggot. Like that's not so, you don't want to hurt him. That's just, he's just being like a piece of shit, for lack of better words. You see, this is before all the modern shit. But yeah, nowadays it would be like sexual harassment. Moses. Moses. What are some common choosing signals from female in the workplace? That's a good question because I don't work in the workplace. And I personally stay away from women who clearly work in the workplace. Work in the workplace. Yes, Ama. So I'm not a great person to ask that because I stay away from those women entirely because it's to me it's a complete waste of time. But I'm sure it's of importance to you though. Because it's a waste of time to me doesn't mean it's not of importance to you. But I don't know because I personally don't like those women. I do not like women who work full-time jobs. I do not like many women who work jobs. I don't, because it takes away their femininity. and then they get confused and frustrated, and then you get confused and frustrated because you can't figure them out, and it just, you know, it doesn't end. Balkan women. I don't know what Balkan women are. Do you hate black women? Wait, hang on, let me read this because it's like it keeps moving. I gotta find another fucking thing to get comments because it keeps skipping up so fast. Do you hate black women because you're always shitting about black women, especially dark skinned women? No, Ross Moore. One of my first legit girlfriends was a black girl, actually. And she was a beautiful, that girl was so beautiful, I would get compliments all day about her. And she moved in with me. We got into an argument, broke up. She ended up dying. She had a heart attack. She died at like 21 years old. She was 21. She died. No, I don't hate black women, but what I'll say is this. Many black women do not get it right. It meaning like the entire feminine package. Like, and then when that one thing is off, they horrifically veer into like completely unattractiveness. But the girl had, like, my dad met the girl I'm talking about. she was a beautiful girl, man, beautiful. But the thing is, with black girls, the few who genuinely make the cut, oh, they're taken off the market like that. You can't, you really can't. You have to know where they are, kind of thing. Like when you find a black woman who is legitimately successful at being woman, oh, she always has somebody, always. So no, I don't hate black women. It's just the reality of the situation. There's not a lot of, from my experience, there's not a lot of thoroughly decent ones that are at least worth to even fuck. Like I said, because in these brothels here, I've never bought a black girl here. When I go to the brothels now, because there's always, out of every 50 girls that are in the brothels, there's always maybe, out of every, let's say every 10, I say every 20, there's about one. Okay, because we're in Europe, man. There's not a lot of black people here. And on top of that, there's not a lot of, like, you know, higher caliber black people here. So it's just the reality of the situation. I'm not mad about it. It's what it is. But I've never bought a black girl from a brand. And the funny part is, they look at me as if I should buy it. See, now this is the difference between African Americans and like Africans, right? That's a great fucking way to introduce that shit, drinking. But this is the thing. This is what I have noticed, man. I have great guys and girls who are African friends, but this is the situation that I see, and it's fucking annoying from my perspective. So I'm sure I'm gonna lose some people who liked my channel, whatever the fuck. But I'm gonna go say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. What is fucking annoying is that when I do come across like some Africans, it's like they expect me to automatically like them just because we're both brown. Like we should automatically be 100% friends and all this shit just because we are 100% brown, which in reality makes us no different than, like, you know, any other race that does that and is called as a racist. You see what I'm saying? But I think with when I come across this in this culture, it's like, it's so clear. It's this, like, this is why, like, personally in my life, it's really, it can be a bit lonely, man, because, okay, so with that demographic of people, I don't really fit in with a lot of times because I feel like they just want to be friends because I'm American and then blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, my skin is brown, so we should automatically become friends. But then when I go to like Ukraine, like, I'm always floating in the middle because it's just a worldwide thing. Like if you're brown, you're considered lesser. So like, you know, you don't really know if they're going to see you like the soul lady. You can't really pay it any attention. But then like, if you do come across a brown person, you're supposed to automatically be, it's just a weird situation. It really is. The whole thing's just weird. But no, I don't hate black women. No, I don't hate black women. No. Hey, AD, I've wondered how many hours a day do you sleep, man? You seem to have a very crazy schedule. Take care. It depends on day to day. Because one thing that I never wanted to do was this, man. I never wanted to be that guy who had to wake up at 6:30, 7 a.m. because that is just not for me. It's just not for me to be like. And I was talking to my girl because my girl works in a flower shop and she does that 9 to 5 shit. And I told her, like, look, I already know I couldn't do that because me personally, my brain I already know me. Because to be real with you, I keep it real. This is a secret. And I keep it real with you, my 221 motherfuckers watching this shit. I'm gonna put this on my Patreon later this week. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I want to be either a taxi driver or I want to drive a big rig, like them semi trucks. Because I have a few people who talk to me, and that's what they do. Like I wouldn't do that shit, but I know my brain. I know if I get in a truck and I start driving that shit and I end up in the middle of Kansas and be like, fuck this shit, I will walk out that truck and leave that shit in Kansas. All right. I already know me. If I'm in an Uber, if I'm in the middle of an Uber drive and I don't feel like doing that shit, deuces, I'm out. Like I already know me. I want it like I like the idea as long as I like the idea. But when that shit is over, it ain't gonna last too much longer. Another example, okay, I don't know how many of you guys have just followed me recently, but when I was in Kiev, I wanted to go to Chernobyl. And this is a perfect example of what I just stated. When I was in Chernobyl, or when I was in Kiev, Chernobyl was, I think they said that Chernobyl was like a 2-hour drive from Kiev or some shit like that. And then on top of that, you had to stay 8 hours and walk around that bitch for 8 hours with a bunch of motherfuckers you don't know. And you on an eat schedule and all this shit. Like, no, that's why I never went to Chernobyl, because I'm not that type. I'm not that dude. I can't do that. That 8 hours for me, man. Look, if you can do 8 hours a day somewhere, like personally, like I told my girl this, like I always wished I could do what you do. Like for real. And I'm not making fun. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or be a sarcastic or anything like that. Because my girl will tell you, like, yeah, like he says this all the time. Like if I can, like I genuinely, when I was younger, like I tried to do that 8 hour a day grind shit. I really did. And I really want to be that guy who showed up every day on time and walked in the office with a coffee. And like, I mean, I wanted that so badly, for real. But I had to come to the conclusion, like, look, this is just not for me. I just can't do this every day. Maybe 8 hours a day, like 2 days a week, but like 5 days a week, son. No, for me, I can't do it. That's why I never went to Chernobyl, because I guarantee a lot of y'all might be interested in Chernobyl, and it wasn't expensive to go, but 8 hours. When I heard that shit, no, I ain't gonna make that. I ain't gonna make that trip. I knew it from the first moment I heard that shit. I wasn't gonna make that trip. It's not gonna happen. I have a friend who has DM girls and tried sparking conversations to eventually ask them out. Long story short, they end up leaving him on red. He's very beta blue pill. But why do those same girls who leave him on red still view his Instagram stories? Sometimes, but man, but okay, they probably read it on accident. If not, just move on. Don't pay him any attention. Okay, I'm trying. Fuck, if it went up again, because I was trying to read that. Oh, let me find it. Let me do my Homer Simpson look. By black women doesn't mean African women. No, Moses. No, it doesn't mean. Okay, African women. African, that's a different situation. And I'm gonna tell you my experience with that, because when I was in college, that was where I really came across a lot of African women, and the core situation is the same. but it's how it plays out is different. Like women everywhere, the game is the same, man. If a guy is appearingly established and blah blah blah, the woman has time for him. And if he's not established, and the man doesn't exist to her. It's just how it plays out. But I would come across a lot of African girls when I used to tutor in college, and I'm thinking of one specifically. She was dark skinned, she was tall, beautiful girl, and she would always go, "Hi!" Like every time I came around, like she clearly liked me. But at the time, I was dating the 20-year-old girl that I was telling you about, the one who ended up dying from a heart attack later. I was dating her at the time. And the thing was, like, she worked like at the desk, like right next to where she would always come. The African girl would come and say, "Hi!" Like, I mean, like she clearly was like interested, like legit. Like if you get a proper African girl can be great. There's always going to be like shitty ones everywhere, but a proper African girl is definitely better than a normal American African American girl. I will say that. I will go on record saying that shit. Anyway, let's continue. Mixed race, black and white, and you are 100% correct. Black women at the brothel expect me to pick them up. Okay, cool. That was just funny to hear that. Cardi B is trash. I don't know, because I feel like Cardi B is just kind of milking that whole like woman's entitlement in Western cultures bullshit. See, what y'all remember this, man. When it comes to advertisement, what you guys have to remember is this, man. And this is fucked up to say it, but what I've come to realize this as a personal truth. And I think this is a legit. This is an AD conspiracy theory, but this is a thing that I've noticed. America is the core, is at least at minimum, one of the cores for media in the world. So if Americans can get something pumping and get people excited about it and then fuel that shit off to the rest of the world will now put value in what Americans see. I don't know exactly where this happened, but from my experience, this is what I have. Now, I mean, there's going to be anomalies. Like I was talking to my girl because my girl has a Puma backpack. Now, for those in America, we know Puma is that brand that, like in Ohio, we don't buy Puma. We don't. There's like you will not go into a mall and find a Puma store. All right, maybe here and there, but like okay, a Puma store is not going to have customers lined up to go buy some Pumas, right? But in Europe, Puma is like it's like Calvin Klein. Like that's another thing. Like in the States, Calvin Klein in the US, Calvin Klein died out 20 years ago, right? But in Europe, oh, these motherfuckers, you wear Calvin Klein, but ooh, that motherfucker wearing Calvin Klein to go over there see what he's talking about, girl. like Calvin Klein is like the shit over here. Like in the US, yeah, you wouldn't catch me wearing some Calvin Klein shit in the United States. I will sell that. I will pay you to take my Calvin Klein shit in the United States. But where I'm getting at is, like, from what I've seen is that there's portions of the world that get that almost follows what the North American people, glorify and put on their Instagram and sexy bitches walking in and shit like that. Then the rest of the world goes, dang, oh, it must be okay now because they're doing it, so we should do it now. And then at that point, they can charge double the price, over here for it. And people will buy it because they think, oh, well, it must be the new it thing to buy. But that's what I've seen. So if someone has a different opinion, definitely prove me wrong, because there's nothing more important than to enlighten yourself from a different perspective. Don't forget that shit, man. Nobody's ever right. Nobody's ever wrong. It's just their perspective. Okay. Well, I'm way behind. I was rambling on way too long. Oh yeah, Sex and the City turned a lot of, yeah, it did. Want to say thank you because of it. It's not like you. What has to come to the shaming of black women scoring. Oh yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. AD man, once you said woman has to watch you doing this. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Sebastian. Now, I'm not gonna lie. That was difficult to read, probably because I've been drinking. But Sebastian, yeah, woman has to see you. If she doesn't see you doing something, like it didn't happen. Like, see, because this is just the reality. Like, this is just how woman's brain works. Like, see, all this integrity of morals, of getting up and building things and doing things and all this. See, like, okay, perfect example. Okay, so I'm hearing you now. Back in the States, I got all my shit together in the States. Here, I'm trying to build shit here and Croatia, but that's a whole other story. But so here, I cannot legally buy a car, so I have to ride either Uber or public transportation. I cannot legally buy a car until the spousal visa goes through. That's a whole other complication in itself. That's a whole other conversation. But so where my flat is, they do construction on the train. I would show you guys, but it's so dark you probably couldn't see it right now. I'll try, fuck it. But it's so dark, you guys can't. Oh fuck. It's so dark you guys can't see it, but I'm gonna try anyway. So let me see what you guys see through the motherfucking. Oh, it's so yeah, you can't see shit. Okay, yeah, you can't see nothing through here because it's too dark. But I had to ride a bus home because they fucked up the train lines up to my flat where I am now. So I remember, see, men have a different outlook than women do, and my girl actually caught a woman doing this. Right? We was riding because okay, they fucked up the train line coming back up to my flat from the center, and there was a man on there. Now, when I see as fellow man, I looked at this man, and at first I was like, this motherfucker smells like shit. But then I looked at him for a second. His hands were like black. When I say black, like iPhone black. Like his hands were like black. I mean, like nothing he had on was like, expensive in any sense of the way. And he was just holding on. Like, and you know what? My fucking snob side took a back seat and looked at this man and said, that man worked his, because he smelled bad and the whole bus could smell it. And the real man part of me looked at him and said, no, man, don't make fun of him. He worked his ass off all day probably. And that man's just trying to get home to a fucking cheap beer and go to sleep. And my girl said she caught a woman on the train the whole way up. She was just going, ugh. See, woman don't got that same, woman's brain does not have that same patience for reality. You see, like, it's just the reality of it. It's the reality. What country is easiest to bang for Asian guys, and how do they compare to the looks and to Joe Montana? If you're an Asian dude, there's nothing wrong with that. What I'd say is this, man. Okay, I would say I'm a black dude, but I get it, man. The black world has that the black to porn. It's become a fetish for black guys to fuck white girls. So I get that. But I'll speak from my experience of growing up with a decent amount of people who come from at least Philippines. I don't know where you're from because Asia, that's a broad area to speak of. But from the Philippines, man, I grew up with a decent amount of people from there. And I spoke about it in older streams. Just do you. And whatever you do it well. Okay? If it's basketball, if it's golf, if it's football, if it's football, or whatever you do, you just work on you as a man. Don't fall into that whole shit of stereotype. Look, I'm 5'7". I'm not generally considered a tall guy. Okay, I'm not a super big guy. But you know what gets me over with bitches is that I don't give a fuck. All right, because that's just me. I mean, okay, I give a fuck at times because it's not. Sometimes you just, it's just easier to get through the scenario. But just do you, man. What do you like to do? And whatever you like to do, you make that the best thing you're good at, and you just work on it. If that wasn't a drunk rant, I'm almost got it. I don't want it. I gotta pee. Voodoo Beat Spotty. That's shitty check for I'll be back. I gotta pee. In the back. Promotes. I'll be back. Sim Spotty. All right. Sim Spotty. I love this ghetto high class travel. How do you become a mod? I don't even know what a mod really is. I've heard the term a mod for Discord or a mod for YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. You have to email me that, Javier. Okay, in English it would be pronounced Xavier, but I think in the rest of the world it's like, well, in Russian the X is a H sound. I'm fucked up. I can't pronounce that shit. So my bad, Joseph. I don't mean to make fun. Oh damn, they just taken AD. That damn bathroom is a trap. Do the math. Anyone know how black me do in Japan, especially the women? Oh, I don't know. I've never. That was my next fucking path until they started shooting planes down from Ukraine to Japan, and then the coronavirus happened, so I never made it to Japan. I was going to go to Japan earlier this year, but they fucked. But it just wasn't meant to be. What's up, man? Did get notified. Love you. Thanks, man. On a mission. Hey, I know YouTube does that shit where they like randomly fucking like unsubscribe you or whatever the fuck. Because I've been a victim of it when I follow other people. Man, believe it or not, man, I follow people streams that barely get like 200 views, man. I give you a recommendation. I watch Joey Robbins. This dude, I forget, I think he's in Michigan. Man, like give him some fucking, he plays video games. He plays Madden and shit. Madden and MLB The Show. And he plays like Nintendo games and shit. I watch a lot of people who don't get a lot of views. Joey Robbins is definitely one of them. Joey, Joerobbins. Like, personally, I like to just keep his shit on while I do shit. Like, that's just what I do. Like, for me, man, because, man, okay, this is another side rant. Whenever you attach numbers to shit, people start measuring, well, how good am I? How good are they? How good am I? Like, let that shit go, man. Because now I'm to the point where, like, because I looked at my numbers, I average, at this point now, I average about 10,000 views per video, which is cool. But, like, at the same time, like, man, I came across plenty of musicians and plenty of people on YouTube who I felt were worth more views than what they actually get. Because I think a part of the reason why I get so many views is that I cuss my fucking ass off, and I probably should have been shut down by now. For some reason, I haven't been shut down, but I'm still But even if I get shut down, I just make another channel, and I make it very clear, YouTube, I will make another channel, Darshi Kanal. And it just started the whole thing over again. But there's tons of channels out there. There's tons of musicians. God, I remember, man, I follow musicians now who I used to follow. Okay, that's a drunk talk. That's drunk speak. There's musicians that I get more views per video than other musicians I used to watch years ago, which blew my mind. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I am not the kind of guy, I do not, look, I cherish every view, every comment. Like, I cherish that shit because that somebody out there in the world thought enough of me to click on my shit. That means more to me than any amount of money, for real. Like that means more to me personally. Like, that somebody, you could have went off and jacked off the big tit bitches or walked down the street and just start doing cartwheels. You could have done anything on earth other than click on my shit. So the fact that anybody clicked on my shit, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. I don't get anything. I'm speechless. I can't say anything about it. If you could rewind time, what would you change? Nothing. I wouldn't change anything. How much of a jerk asshole do women really want from a guy? They hate the nice guy with a passion, but never admit to how much they get aroused by. Okay, see, Thomas Hooper. See, the thing with this is, and I was telling my girl this last night we're laying in bed. See, men have much more to juggle mentally than women. You will always have, because all a woman has to do is just take a bath and show up and smile, and she'll get fucked. That's all she has to do. But see, men, we have much more to juggle because women are essentially looking for a man to leave them. So, like, you have to figure out your balance of being an arrogant dickhead, but then also like giving her just enough crumbs to keep her along and, you know, keep her interested and blah, blah, blah. You have to figure out your specific blend of that shit. I can't teach you that. It's something, and I'm not going to, because there's other guys who do, I charge $400 per hour to teach you that. Okay, I'll be real with you. No, I cannot teach you that because every man is going to be different. The way you will approach a woman, it will be different from how I approach them. Just how you walk in the room, how you dress, how you look around the room. Everything will be completely different. And even then, there is no true fucking equation to it. Any guy, any man, any person on this planet who will try to sell you that shit is lying their fucking ass off. Okay, they're lying because they're getting money out of you. All right? That's what they're fucking doing. Anybody who tells you the one secret there's one secret to women and the one secret to secret, you got to remember, man, it's a buyer, it's a seller's market in that demographic. It's a seller's market because I'm not saying this guy specifically, but a lot of guys are so desperate to get a woman that it becomes a seller's market. They can sell it any kind of way they want to, and guys will follow it until the guys realize, wait a minute, like Eddie Murphy. These just regular saltines. This is a regular cracker. Like, I don't know if y'all seen Delirious by Eddie Murphy, but that's what he says. Like all pussy is the same pussy, but every guy has that moment of awakening where he goes, like, wait a minute, this is regular pussy. Like, this is a regular cracker. Oh yeah, I got it. That's got done now. Is Austria? No, my first name is in Austria. I've been hanging out with betas, and I feel like they took my alphaness energy. Yes, Sinister 115. Yeah, definitely. That will happen. I had a really good friend of mine, but he was a beta bitch, and so I haven't talked to him in some years now. Yeah, it can totally happen. That's why I quit talking to my friend. because that beta shit will rub off on you. Yes, it could totally happen. What do you think about black women's hygiene? Because how good you smell? Okay. Well, see, the thing is, black women. See, the thing is, just to be woman will gain value. But the thing is, black women have this issue where, yes, they do make the cut as women, but they don't make the cut in fully realizing their genuine femininity as far as hygiene goes. You see, any guy will fuck any woman who is like generally together as long as she's taking a bath and she's not fat. But you know, I mean, any guy, if a bitch smells funny, he'll just open the windows, you know, and just fuck her on a slow night. Any guy will do that. And see, black women, women in general do not get the memo for this shit. Like, y'all remember in Batman Begins where he goes, "Did you get the memo?" Like, black bitches, they weren't even in the fucking car when that shit was spoken. Like black bitches was like in 3 taxis down the street. Like, they didn't get that shit. It's like, well, the candy corn sugar tastes tasty. Like, they didn't even hear that sentence being spoke because they do fit the biological requirement as women. You can jump on her and you can hump her and you can kiss her and fuck her with vagina. So they make that cut. But they don't. But see, black women often get left out of the real world of femininity. They get left. They this is why so many black women have issues with this shit. This is why black women usually have problems with me about it, because they are so left out of the loop that by the time you try to bring them in, oh, it's offensive. By the time you try to, here, just come on here, just come on, I'll just have, it's completely offensive to them. They've been left out. The only thing that kept them slightly in the loop was that somebody might have had a fetish for a black girl here and there, but they're completely left out. But this is gonna be like race shit, but it's just the reality. Sexy white bitches, they ain't not fucking with black bitches like that. How many times you gonna see fucking I'm trying to think of a sexy Scarlett Johansson like sitting up just cheesing with Beyonce? You know. Because see, in woman's world, like, they know the hierarchy of woman. This is why you're not gonna see many sexy white bitches hanging out with too many black girls. Because once it's just the reality, man. And this is gonna be a taboo topic, but fuck it. Once that white girl hangs out with a black woman, her value will now drop because she's hanging out with a black girl. You see, and it is kind of the same situation. Let's say, how I used to bring up in past videos, how you will never see Beyonce sitting up, posting up with Precious. What's that? I can't even think of the bitch name. With the bitch you played, with the fat black bitch who played Precious. You will not see Beyonce just, "I'm with Precious, selfie." You're not gonna see that because women always keep track of that status. It's all about status with them. You gotta say it like that. Status. It's all about status with them. If she thinks she's better than another woman, oh, she don't care about that. Women's eyes always look up to the next higher thing. Okay, and the next higher thing being defined as what man defines as the next higher thing. That's what it is. Hold on. Okay, that's nothing. They could be fixed in 10 minutes. Question. What's the best woman to have a child with in the 21st? As long as she's not American or she's in a Western European country. A feminist affected country. Governed by lords. Yeah, just do not have a child with a woman from a Western or American country. Have you watched Lociar? No, I haven't. Center sucks. I meet a Polish 15 out of 10 in a club. Took her back to my barracks room and she smelled like 10-year-old blow. I almost choked. James. Hey, I tell you what, man. Hey, That's the issue you're gonna have with them Polish girls. Is that like, okay, in my opinion, Czech and Polish is like the same shit as far as bitches. But where they differ is them Polish motherfuckers, like them Ukrainian bitches, they move more like animals. See, what you, James B, what you came across was that animal shit. Like, she probably looked good, but see, they still like they core. See, this is where I went on in a video a while back. Maybe it was only on my Patreon, I can't remember. But when you start going further Eastern, see, like they turn more into animals. Like they operate off animal, like when you put an Eastern European bitch with a Western male, like we will see them as like animals. Like they move more like animals. That hygiene shit is not there. Like they don't got it. Like some of them will, but for a lot of them, like the further east you go, like they move. I got it for it. They move more like animals for real. Like when you get them like legit James, but yeah, I'm not surprised. James, I'm not surprised at all. She smelled like 10-year-old baloney when she took her panties off. I'm not surprised. They move like animals over there, man. Watch my channel get shut down for this shit too. You've been talking about Eastern Europe while you've been drinking our wines. Well, fuck you, motherfuckers. Not you in the chat, but fuck them. This is gold. Thank you, Mitra. Mitra. Drop the tier list on females by location. ID put on. Okay, if y'all really want some decent bitches, man, I will say this. First off, Ernesto Garza. If you want some feminine bitches, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what, I blocked her, Piggy, because I think I called her on a live stream. She didn't pick up, so I just blocked, and I never took her off being blocked. That's what happened to Piggy. But if you want some feminine bitches, are you a fan of? Oh, I love Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, I was actually listening to him earlier today, because I will listen to a track of his talking about how he predicted Me Too like 20 years ago. like how they wasn't gonna hire bitches because they screaming fake rape cases and shit like that. Yeah, Sir William Dredron. Yeah, you're right. You're married in the East. Don't fuck with them Western bitches. Don't fuck with them because it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. What do you think about a girl with herpes? Well, no. I feel like that should have been a meme. Advice for a young, almost 20-year-old virgin woman. Okay, Arleon, I feel like this is for either you or for like your sister or some shit. For advice for an almost 20-year-old virgin woman is this. If you do not think, okay, if a 20-year-old virgin woman does not think a man will bring her, if she is not 100% confident that the man that she chooses will bring her medicine when she's sick, then he's not for her. And deep, think deeply about that shit. Whether it's for you personally or it's for like, I think it's for your sister, but it could be for you. If you're a virgin woman, when you're picking a man and you're talking to men, you're going to have a high, number of men coming after you. As a woman, and this should be spoken for every woman everywhere. If you do not think that the man if you are not 110% sure that the man you are going to pick is going to bring you medicine when you're sick, then he's not for you. He's for the streets. Maybe he got turned out by a previous bitch that was for the streets. You don't know. But look, as a woman, to change this shit and to get a man who's going to be with you, you have to be sure He will bring you medicine when you're sick. Okay. He will put covers on you when you're cold. You see what I'm saying? That other shit. See the shit that bitches don't talk about in everyday life of Sex in the City and, you know, feminine equality and all shit. See, bitches need protection. Don't get this shit confused. You need it. Even though bitches don't want to admit it, you need it. And you desire this shit. You need somebody that cares enough about you to bring you men. Men don't need this shit. I don't need it. I can survive on my own. But women, like, y'all need this shit. Like, for real. If you get married, and what's the only through church to a prenup? Yeah. How come your channel is named Austria Dick? Man, that came from an old situation because I had to make a channel based off of VPN because I got blocked before. So, and in the VPN, Austria was the first country that came up in my VPN to make this channel. So I named it Austria, and then I just came up with Dick just to be funny. So that's why it's Austria Dick. I've only been to Austria one time, and I went to Vienna, and that like major castle in Vienna. If you're in Vienna, you know anything about Vienna, you know where I was at. It was like that big castle and where all the tourists go. That's where I was. That's the only connection I have with Vienna, with Austria. When speaking the truth, do people come at you when you use your real name? No. No. And I'll tell you why, ZHV. I'll tell you why. Because at this point, I feel like I'm like, and I don't mean to sound this as, I don't mean to say this as coming off as like super conceited or anything, but I feel like the little bit of presence I have has come off as like Eminem early in Eminem's career, whereas like people know that I can make fun of them and have everybody laugh at them because I'm only going to say real shit. Okay, because there was a video I made and I just came across this comment earlier today and I was like kind of salty about it because I felt bad for the bitch. It was this black girl with like a flower in her head, and somebody commented. The girl actually deleted the video who I commented on. She deleted the video that I commented on, and she changed her entire name. like I think my personality and existence on the internet has hit that like, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I am not popular. Okay, I'm not popular. There's people who get millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views. All right. I don't get anywhere near that. But my presence on the internet, if someone were to get into like a confrontation with me, I think I think I am like, in a way, like the Eminem of like my demographic, where like I would just roast them so hard that they would just embarrass themselves. So it's like, you know, I'm just going to act like I didn't hear it. But there was another girl who contacted me in that video I made about, I don't remember the name of it, but it was a video I made. It was on the BBC. And like I said, I made fun of that shit before because BBC, like BBC has been taken over by porn so much. Like nun, if you told a nun right now, watch this on the BBC, a nun would think big black cock. Oh, wait a minute, no, ding, the UK channel, BBC. Like, but it was on the BBC, and it was this girl. I can't remember her fucking name, but it was this girl, and I made a video. It was months ago, man. And she contacted me, and she said, "Hey, I'm the girl that you made fun of for like 30 minutes straight, and blah 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 blah, and da da da." And I told her, like, look, like I did not make fun of you. Go back and watch at this exact moment. I thought you were actually great, and you went off to talk to other dingbat bitches. Now those other bitches will have them contact me, and I'll make fun of them. But but you know, I thought she was good. But like I said, I think like my personality is at an area where anybody who is in my general population of getting views and shit like that, they don't want to say anything about me because I'll just make fun of them until they start crying type of shit. I think honestly, and I don't mean that to be, conceit or anything. Oh, Mr. Mo, you got 20 subscribers. Word, Mr. Hey, y'all check. Mr. Moji's been with me for a while, man. He's got 20 subscribers. Go for it, man. You shouldn't be dating here in America either, bro. Okay. Have you ever been beta? Oh, I totally was a beta male simp. Yeah. How'd you learn to forgive yourself after taking the red pill? Well, my path, Vusi Koetsi, my path was, see, I had access to brothels in Europe, man. So like I could always go piss, spit on a fucking 10 out of 10. So like, I got that frustration because also what you learn when you do that to these women is that women don't care about sex. What you'll learn when you do that is like they don't care. Like women just seek protection in any form. They don't care if you spit on them, piss on them, shit on them. Most women won't care. If it came down to being shit on or getting protection, most women will pick, protection from being shit on. They don't care. Hey, adult industry producer over here. I love watching your stuff after a long, hard day. Noctem Eternus. Man, hey, I'll tell you what, man. Hey, I would do porn. If you do adult industry shit, like I would do porn. Let me know where to go. If you in Europe, hit me up. I got some porn. Hey, Nocturne Eternus, hit me up at email, man. I got at least one porn star I can think of in my phone right now because I've been drinking all night, man. Hit me up. I'll do porn. I do porn as long as nobody directs me on what to do. Like, cause just don't direct me. Like, just follow me with a camera, and I will dog the bitch out on camera. Just don't tell me what to do. You in Florida? Okay. You be tying up and tickling shy chicks. Oh, tickling. Well, tickling can be fun, but like you got to find the ones who like genuinely like to be abused. Because my one of my favorite philosophers, Alan Watts, he goes in on a sadist versus masochist. And a true sadist only loves a true masochist, which is true. Because if a woman doesn't truly like it does nothing for me. Like I can, like if a woman is genuinely showing like she is not comfortable, I don't get off to what wanting to pee on her or anything. Like, but a lot of women, they genuinely want a guy to have the courage to do that to them. You see, a lot of guys just don't have that courage to just pull out their dick and just start pissing on a bitch. Like, and a lot of bitches want a guy with that amount of shock value in them to just he just doesn't care. And she wants it, but she's too afraid to verbalize it. Any Bitcoin fans in the house? I don't know anything about Bitcoin. Can alpha man be blue pill? What do you think? Yes. Yes, totally. Oh, totally saying God. Well, yeah. Alpha man could totally be blue pill. See, because a lot of alpha guys, see, this is the fucked up part about being an alpha guy. For a lot of alpha men who grew up alphas, like, Chads and Tyrones, see, this is the part that not many people talk about. A lot of alpha guys are the same thing as girls who grew up pretty girls. See, they never learned how to think. They were just, the world was just kind of given to them. They never learned. So totally, an alpha male can totally be blue pill, especially one who grew up an alpha male, who always had a girlfriend. More times than not, I would hear this same story. The guy who always had girlfriends grew up to be the biggest gay dude in the high school later on in life. Because he never, you as man, you have to regulate this shit. Woman doesn't have to regulate anything in her brain. Just be woman, exist, don't talk a lot, smile, and open a fucking hole, and a woman will get fucked. You see, but man, see, we have to regulate for the climate we're in, for the people we're talking to. Like, we have to regulate to stay desirable. Oh, totally. An alpha man can totally be beta. Totally. I wish they had brothels in NYC. We only have $2 and $5 crack whores. Recommended wearing a condom. Oh yeah, man. I'm surprised it's that cheap in New York City, because New York City is no joke. I was there twice. New York City is no joke, son. I'm surprised it's that cheap for crack whores out there. I think the knowledge you have isn't even known to 50-year-old men. Well, it depends on when they grew up. Run that back about the alpha guys in high school turning into be gay. Oh, I'm thinking of one right now. I don't want to say his name like verbally, but man, like I'm thinking of one right now. He was like that, man. He was one of those guys who, oh man, he had all the girls. And I think my dad even told me stories when he was in school, the same situation. A dude will have all the girls, man. But see, men have to juggle so much more up here. See, see, this is why you don't take advice from women, because a woman's entire goal in life is just to exist, get fucked, and hopefully be wanted by higher quality people. I just farted. Higher quality people. That's all women's exist. See, man, we have so many more responsibilities. You see, and if we don't juggle that shit right, it will easily fall into the negative. You see, oh my God, it's ridiculous. Wait, you're detailing the inner workings of female minds. Thank you, Joshua. Alpha male and red pill. No, yeah. Okay, that's a great topic, Seeing God one. That's a great topic. People on YouTube like to talk and double talk, and they use alpha male and red pill. No, yeah, those are two completely different worlds for many different reasons. That's a great topic for me to touch on in future videos, because those definitely do not come out to the same end. I mean, in some rare occurrences it will. But no, that's a great fucking topic, Saying God. Great topic. Yeah, it doesn't. It's alpha male and red pill. Those are two completely different things. Completely. I'm gonna miss a lot of comments. Why does he turn gay though? Mario, okay. From my experience, Mario, why does the guy turn gay in this scenario? Is because if I had to guess, I'm trying to think, because I've been drinking and I'm almost out. So when this is out, I'm off this motherfucker. So let me think back. So why does a guy turn gay? Step one, which can be like all of them. Step one, the guy did not have a consistent, stable male role model in his life. But that can fit over all of them. Step two, the reason why the guy becomes gay is this. Is because he figured out how to reach the accomplishment of attaining woman as the goal. So now there must be another step. Reason three why he becomes gay. Well, he's confused because he never had step one. He never had a male in his life to steer him on a positive track. Usually this is going to come from, single mother household. But let's entertain the fact, let's say there was a father there. So we're on 4 now. Because male mind is oriented towards reaching different intricate goals throughout male's lifespan, whereas woman's is not. Woman's goals stay essentially the same from age 12 or 13 for the rest of its life. The only thing is they just kind of find themselves stuck because younger, prettier girls come out. So now they're stuck in this lifestyle. But women's goals essentially stay the same from 12 or 13 years of age. It probably even younger, probably 9 or 10. Their goals are the same. Whereas man always seeks out higher, relatively higher goals. So if a guy can pull, girls, well, then a guy's next objective is like, well, I wonder if I could pull a guy if I was a girl. Huh. Like that type of shit. Like men's inevitable path is to find bigger and better challenges. Woman's brain is not is it sounds fucked up to say it, but it's the truth. Woman's brain is not built to seek out higher and better challenges. Once women reach officially accomplishing the challenge of being desired sexually, that's it. That's it. There is no other higher goal than that. And no matter how much a woman tries to fight it, she learned calculus-based physics and all this shit like that. If you get her down and seriously sit down with her, she never figured out how to be desirable to men sexually. It's just how women think. It's how they are. I thought you said faggots are born faggots. Sentence 6. Okay. Sentence 6. This is where it gets complicated. Sentence 115. Some gay people are born gay. I've seen that shit. Because the reason I say I've seen it because I've seen baby pictures of a gay dude when obviously when he was a baby. And you could see in his eyes like he was born gay. You can't fight. You could not deny it. When you see his eyes of his baby pictures, he was born gay. Now, after that, men are always leaders of their own mentality. So like there are different, things that can I won't say trigger, but can like steer them into that, world. I'm not saying it's a bad world, it's a good world. What I'm saying is it can steer them into that lane, for example. Some gay guys are definitely born gay. Other gay guys, they hit some fucking, see, this is where women don't really hit it the same way. See, men hit it from a source of logic. Like, well, if A plus B equals C and C plus D equals Z, then I should be the, you see, guys, they'll find themselves there, in a different route later on. Now they like, because I met gay guys who I truly believe were not gay, but some life occurrence, like, pushed them into them believing they were gay. So now they're gay. You see what I'm saying? Like there's so many different forms of it to where it can be pretty difficult to really define truly at the core, the situation. I've never to this day met a lesbian I believe was one out of nature. Well, easy peasy. That's one of my homeboys too, man. Easy peasy. Yeah, I agree. I can agree with that too. Like this shit is skipping, so I can't even read shit. It's skipping so fast. Mr. Emoji, the constipation. Be careful if you go to your guy. It's normal for people. Now, James, I will agree with you on that. Some people don't shower a lot in Europe. Now, yes. I'm not gonna say not definitely not everybody, but that is a thing. Like the hygiene is definitely lower here. I'll say that. Is definitely lower in Europe. The hygiene. I know a friend who once confessed that they nearly became gay. I'm just trying to see what he thinks of Coach Greg. I'm trying to see why he thinks Coach Greg. Oh, somebody thinks Coach Greg Adams is gay. I don't even know. Hey, I don't know Coach Greg Adams. I'm just a regular motherfucker on YouTube. Hey, Coach Greg Adams, I'm sure he gets more views than I do. He's more popular. But even with the fuck it, as humans, I don't know if he's gay or not. I really don't care. He can go be gay if he wants to. If he is, I don't give a fuck. Usher, man, thanks for all the advice and guidance, brother. I'm about to head out, handle business. Thanks for thanks for watching, Murray. Osase Murray. I hope I pronounced it. Osase Murray. I hope I pronounced that right. Really like your videos. If a woman must seal the deal between 18 and 25, she keep dating young women. Well, generally speaking, there's an ideal situation for both, but in the reality of the world, there's all different types of situations, man. I try to speak on like generalities on my channel. Hey, King Fraud, you caught the live stream after work. Hey, man, how's it going? They don't call him coach for no reason, AD. I don't know what that means. Bro, glad I caught you. I got a question. Okay, go for it, Slim. G7. I'll stay on. I'm here. I usually stay on for at least 2 hours, man. I live in Germany at the moment. Cool, James. So what? Like, what can I do? Necrophiliac? No, don't be a necrophiliac. That's that's my Nintendo. Can you see it? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. It has the drift problem. How can I convince my girlfriend to okay with me fucking another woman? Older women are usually easier than younger women because older women have been through the whole path of being cheated on and blah 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 da, da, da. So they just want your attention. So yeah, older women are definitely easier. Are you purple pill or full on red pill? You seem more red pill, but you could be holding back some of your emotion. No, I generally, from what I know, I'd say I'm red pill, but you may have a different opinion. Oh, the wall definitely exists for women. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Robinson, life in Europe is good. Can't complain. Do you think Western women civilization is doomed? AD Jacob, yes and no. It would be okay. It would be doomed if America was closer to the rest of the world, but it can like hold on a little bit as long as they're segregated from the rest of the world. Why do women resent you after being in a relationship? Well, oh shit, hang on. Why do women resent you after being in a relationship? After a while, like they mad because you don't play your game. They don't resent you because okay. Okay, a woman is going to show that she's mad at you for being in a relationship because you were not in a relationship with her. That's why she's going to show that she's mad. Like when you think, okay, when you have to think of a woman's logic, you have to think like this. You have to think in a sense of what would be the pettiest thing a man would think of, and then think 2 or 3 steps beneath that. And then that's usually where a woman's mentality is going to be. 9 times out of 10. I have a Discord, Morpheus. It's in my descriptions and all my recent posts. I have a Discord, Morpheus. Oh, no, not Timmy Turners. I ran into a guy who actually watches my channel in front of Palladium Sentinel in the center of Prague, and he showed me pictures from that shit. That was gangster, man. That was rough. Being coach, okay, you and Coach Regan, I was on. Thank you. I don't know how to pronounce that name. You play no, I don't play COD because I'm 35, man. I played COD when it first became COD, like when it first like really became like Call of Duty, not like when it was like reenacting World War II type shit, but when it was like when it first hit Xbox 360, I was playing Call of Duty back then. So like I'm just at this age, I'm burnt out on Call of Duty, man. Like I can't even play it. I've downloaded the few times it was free on the PSN Plus store. I downloaded. I played like the first 2 levels, and I just couldn't do it because I played it so many times. It's the same shit. No, I don't think Code Cinesucks 115. I don't think Code Approach is beta. And I heard other Manosphere guys say that. No, it's not. It's how you do. Okay, I want to go in on this. I got Kingdom Hearts 3 Genesis, and I thought it was horrible. Code approaching is not beta. I can see Well, it depends on what culture you're in. If you're in a US culture and all that shit like that, then yes. Because by the time you cold approach a bitch who's halfway attractive in the United States, she has three other dudes trying to pay for her beers that night. Whereas in Europe, you can cold approach a bitch and you could still get somewhere. Because see, in Europe, these bitches ain't used to having that same amount of beta-ness as American bitches are. So it depends on where you are. It really does. Hey, Phoenix, Arizona. Word up. Okay, so Mr. Emoji. Why do women not want their man to succeed? Mines gets mad if a better career opportunity appears and I have to leave to travel for it. She throws a big fit. Okay, let me tell you something. The reason why your girl throws a big fit, Mr. Emoji, the reason why your girl throws a big fit is good. Okay, because I have girls who comment on my channel who try to like say like you're a piece of shit, you're a small man, blah blah. Look, you got to remember this: if a woman gets angry with you or at you, that means that you have now become valuable in her life. And I'll say that again, just to make it clear. By the time a woman has verbally expressed being angry with you or physically expressed being angry with you, you have officially become of value in this tier of woman's life. Because now do the math. If you did the same thing to a woman of a higher tier than her, she wouldn't pay you any attention. You see? Because that woman is looking at higher men. But see, in this tier of woman, she is now mad. Why? Because she has now convinced herself that you will be valuable to women above her. See, it's a really weird equation to dealing with bitches. But the core equation is this. Once a woman verbalizes being angry with you, you're onto something. You're onto something. See, because women know how to ignore any guy who isn't worth anything. Oh, if you weren't worth anything, she has no problem with denying you of attention and I have a boyfriend. Get out of my face. Yeah, all that shit. I'm sure every guy's heard all the lines. You know, if you're a man who had to work through it, you see, woman has no effort in a guy who has no value. But with the guy who has value, oh well, then you fucking asshole. Oh, you'll hear it all through, from sun up to sundown. Because the reality of see, don't listen to what women say, watch what they do. You see, once woman does that, what woman is communicating to you is this. She's communicating that she is aware that you have attained knowledge. And with this knowledge, you can now do better than her. And that woman is now hurt. You see, because no woman wants to be left behind. A woman always wants value. They always want to be higher. They always want to be more valuable. But once you come across as declaring that you have now grown above them, oh, that's when all the problems start. That's when feminism starts. That's when feminism starts. Is once women realize that all the men that they can get better, prettier women than what they used to be. That's when all the problems start. You see, that's when equal wage equality and oh my God, do not sex shame me and don't shame me. See, that's when all the problems start. Is once women realize that you can do better than them. That's when all the problems will start. Look back in history. I'm not making this shit up. The video I made earlier today. I'm not making this shit. I said the same shit in that video. I'm not making this shit up. Look throughout time. You can hate me for being for labeling my videos a red pill. But I mean, as if it's a bitch watching this, but you got to admit, like, look, I didn't make this shit up. Look throughout the history of time. Go back and read through history books of what bitches did with men that they picked to fuck them. And I stood by this statement. Clear. if you look at woman's history throughout time, a woman would rather fuck her own brother, her father, her cousin, her nephew. A woman would rather fuck that than to fuck a random dude on the street. The only reason why a woman doesn't do that is because she realized that will fuck up her social status in the Instagram world of reality. You see, look throughout time. Well, there's a certain condition. I forget. It's a chin. There's a certain chin that's made. So whenever you see a woman with a big chin, like it's like a abnormally, I forget what that. And I'm sure somebody's gonna know what it's called. I'm gonna keep an eye out in the comment section. There's a chin. There's a legitimate medical condition where too much incest happened, and I spoke on this in previous videos. Where, especially in European countries, where there were castles, incest rates were off the charts. That's why government jobs pay you more per hour. This did not happen 10 minutes ago. This happened 200 years ago. You see, because if a woman had the option to pick who she would fuck, she would rather fuck her own brother. She would rather fuck her own cousin, her own niece, her own nephew. You see, she only picks not to fuck them because woman has deduced that this will lower her value in the dating market as far as getting, valuable protection. No, it's not a cleft chin. Yeah, this is it. But I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, it's the jaw. This is it. Yeah, it's the jaw. Because it was deduced that's what they were doing. Women would rather choose if the woman had the free choice. Woman just wants to fuck what it can be protected by. And what is the closest protection? The family. That's the closest protection. That's who has all the money in those early European kingdoms. That's who had all the money. Do the math. I'm not making this shit up. I want to go to Ukraine and Lithuania. Are there any wife material women there who are not after money? Okay, I'll be real with you. Mitesh, most women there are going to be after your money. Not all, because there are always good people everywhere. And I want you guys to remember this. There are good people everywhere you go. It's not every woman is not going to be after your money. But when you go to Eastern Europe, most of them will be. And you got to deal with that. Roy Monk. I spoke on that in a live stream long ago. When it clicked for me. I was with my ex-wife, who was Czech, by the way, and we were sitting at a dinner table. And this exact situation came off. My wife, she asked me, she said she has a female friend, and the female friend is frustrated because the man does not care for her. And I said, why, how do you know he doesn't care for her? And my wife said, well, because he doesn't, pay for her plane. He doesn't fly her anywhere, right? He doesn't pay for her shit. And my first response was, well, how old is she? And she goes, 32. And I said, that's why. She's 32. That conversation that I didn't even know what red pill was, but like that was the earliest red pill moment that I can realize where I was truly confronted with it, with woman, and I tried to explain it to her, like the realities, like, look, this is why your friend's not getting shit paid for anymore, because she's 32. That 22-year-old is still getting shit paid for. 32, not so much, unless she did a great job when she was 22. She's not getting that shit anymore. So no problem, Mitesh. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry, man. Oh, MGTOW enforcer, yeah, they don't even try to hide it. Oh, no, not at all. In Eastern Europe, those motherfuckers move like animals. Eastern Europe is like, and I'm going to be fucking brutal when I say this, but it's the reality. Eastern Europe is the shitty African Americans of Europe. That's what they are. Your wife? No, I'm not married now, but long story. I'm not married now. I was married, but I'm not married at this exact moment. No, I'm not married now. Can you turn Hotel Housewife for the 40s? Okay, Ray Allen. I used to love Ray Allen, by the way, for the Bucks. I used to love Ray Allen. Well, you don't turn a hoe into a housewife. The hoe turns herself into a housewife because she can't be a hoe anymore. I got to pee, man. Just a real quick advertisement. I should put self-promotion in the bottom. A quick advertisement. I have an ebook that gives you guys, like, you know, tips and tidbits whatever on dating, and it's like a monthly thing. And it should be in the description. If not in this video, there's gonna be in the description of other videos recently in the past. It's an ebook, and yeah, that's my advertisement for the night. I gotta pee. Would it be Spider Key? Let's check for. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Hey, y'all want to know what I thought about for real? Last second and piss. This is gonna be fucking ridiculous. But y'all want to know what I thought about for real? I thought about, like, what if I ever get popular enough to meet Robert Downey Jr.? Like, that motherfucker play Iron Man, son. Like, what if I ever got, like, what if I ever even got into a room where he would even be like, I would be starstruck over that shit. Like, y'all catch AD be like, so like that. Like, what if I ever got to beat Robert Downey Jr.? Like, I would be legit starstruck off that shit. For real. Like, that shit will blow my motherfucking brain off. Oh, we almost out. You played a new Meteor Man? I didn't know that was a game. You played a dude to play the black dude, play another dude. Yeah, all that shit, yeah. How do we get a girlfriend and keep her if we have a small PP? Yeah, that shit don't matter, man. Look, that shit don't matter. If you got a small, don't worry about it, man. See, that's other, see, okay, Nigel. What you gotta remember is this, man. See, that small dick shit, that is, okay, this is the big communication problem with that shit. Women do not do anything in life. You got to remember this shit. Women don't know much. They don't do much in life. So they expect men to just kind of filter out which men are good and which men are not until they come to them. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, with the small, see, with that, like how big your dick is about. Okay, I'll be real with you. I got a big dick. I'll be real with you. But I'm also the next level real with you. Bitches don't care about that shit. If anything, having a big dick hurts women when you have sex. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying this to you to lower your self-esteem in any form. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is to get you to acknowledge the reality. Okay, the reality is measuring dick sizes, that is men taking down other men so women don't have to do it. Women are so fucking lazy. It will blow your mind. Do not worry about the size of your dick. Don't worry about it, man. Do not worry about it. Like I tell because I wanted this, I low key wanted to start another channel on how to properly fuck a bitch. And it started with like the length of the dick and how you finger bitches, man. Like when you finger bitches or your dick, it's not about the length of how deep it goes in. See, most women, let's say if a woman's laying down right here, right? Like you want to like okay, most dudes will try to like finger like going straight in, like it's the length that matters. It's all the length. It's the length. No, that's trust me, man. That's not what matters. What matters is that first fucking inch, maybe inch and a half. You got to hit up like where you fucking pretty much like the lower part of a stomach, like here. That's where you trying to hit. All that fucking deep shit. Don't worry about that deep shit. The lower you trying to hit the lower part of a stomach and go up. So like, okay, if I got a bitch and her legs is up right here and I'm fingering her, like I'm working on this. I'm not going this way. I'm going this way. And trust me on this, man. I'm not lying to you motherfuckers. When you do what I tell you, when you hit that general G-spot area, see, woman doesn't need to be warmed up for that. When you hit that shit, she immediately goes, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. My neighbors, trust me, my neighbors here, they heard my girl screaming. They know exactly when my girl's coming over. Because she's gonna scream that night and wake everybody up in this motherfucker. Because I know what I'm talking about. I told my girl this. There was I learned what I learned from a Nina Hartley interview. And Nina Hartley explained it. And I learned what I learned from her and just kind of built from there. It's not about the length, man. Don't worry about the length. That length shit is nothing but men comparing with other men and then pretty much deducing who's worth more for the woman so the woman doesn't have to do as much work. You see? Bitches don't care about that shit. Anyway, that's got done now. A Pornhub. My ex-girlfriend used to orgasm on my D. Feels like she was trying to have a seizure or something. For every one of my nuts, she had to word up. What is the black pill exactly? I'm not a fan of black pill. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. I've always been very vocal about it. Not a fan of black pill. Why be in a relationship with women? Why do women flake? Women flake because she felt like you weren't dominant from the start. That's why she flaked. Or either that or she's just a dumb bitch who's trying to play games. Either way, just don't pay her attention. Just move on. You're his guest. Thanks, Escobar. Well, women have a biological agenda, but it's not so much okay. When with women's biological agenda, consensus, it's not really like women's biological agenda as like male's biological agenda is what does this bitch look like? Then like all that shit after. Women's biological agenda is like, does he walk like he can protect me? Type of shit. Does he speak like, does he interact with me like he can fight off other motherfuckers? Like that's what women are looking for real. Like it's not like you can't fucking look at it at this shit like we're the same shit. You can't do it. Like don't look at us like like men and women like we're the same shit. My birthday's in May, Jonathan. French Arab. I didn't even know it exists. That's how dumb I am as an American. I didn't even know French Arab exists. I bet that sounds sexy, but I didn't even know it exists. If you know a French Arab bitch, you know my email. I didn't even know that shit existed. Can you suggest material to read and watch to improve our game? Man, watch anything that Alan Watts. He's a philosopher that I love, man. Watch or read anything Alan Watts. There's plenty of Alan Watts motivational speeches, shit like that, but he has like hour-long speeches. I loved Alan Watts. I still love Alan Watts. His shit was great. How do we control female bosses? Don't let them go. because they'll destroy themselves. Because they desperately need male to lead them. Like I said in my video earlier today, I genuinely wish that every woman on the planet made $10 million a month. I wish it. I just for real, and I'm serious about that. I wish every woman on this planet earned $10 million a month, no matter what job she did. She got $10 million a month every month from here on out. That way, men around the world will see women's genuine fucking nature and what they're really after. See, they want to feel that male dominance over them. That, you know. I'm gonna get off here in a minute, man. I've been drinking too much. I'm getting dizzy. Have you heard about this Itachi Reloaded? No, I never heard of that. Yeah, message. Hang on. Let's see, this might be someone who wants to. Wait. Oh, thank you, Supreme Soul. I appreciate it. I just accepted you. He took a picture of me. Supreme Soul, thanks. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna text back nice with the thumbs up. Supreme Soul. Which character? I don't watch Naruto. I never got into it, sadly. What do you think about sliding in DM? In fact, I never slide in DMs unless I never slide in DMs. I watched some anime. Well, not any recently. On Chad is Kobe. Can you do a red pill on that? Chad is, I don't even know who Chad is Kobe is. Email me that, Tanaka. What games do you play? Pretty much Gran Turismo. I want to play Vampire because it was free this month on PS Plus. Because I always wanted to play that, but I didn't know much about the fucking developer. But since it's free this month, I'm definitely gonna play. But I usually just play Gran Turismo a lot on PS4. PS4. Do you watch basketball? Not much, man. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of it, but I honestly outgrew it. Any Gundam? I love Gundam for the fact they have big ass robots, but I don't know much about other than that. I love Zone of the Enders on PlayStation 2. I love Zone, and I'm still waiting for Zone of the Enders to come. Zone of the Enders 3 or 4, 3, because the Zone of the Enders 2, the second runner, that was great. That was much better than the first one. But they still haven't come out with the third one, and I'm still waiting on the third Zone of the Enders. It's like a copy. No, I don't even want to say a copy. It's like a version of Gundam. I'll say that. Are you I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. Are you going to make a Halloween special? When is Halloween? It's like in like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Play Bloodborne. Oh God, I'm horrible at Bloodborne. I tried to play it. I just don't have the patience to keep going over shit. Yeah, the Crew 2 look, as far as like it being like a an imitation of the US. I think the Crew 2 would be kind of fun. I do want to play Cyberpunk. Would you do polygamy? I don't know. How to build rapport with a woman who is not from your circle? You gotta get in her circle because women are all about status and who knows who. You gotta weasel your way into her shit. You suggest any material to read, watch, and improve our game. Like I said, Philosopher, play a lot of. Somebody wrote me earlier, and I responded to play a lot of online chess. Play online chess because that teaches you to like fucking like see things through other people's perspective to what they are probably seeing. So play a lot of online chess, man. Your point about getting over women and realizing they are what they are is here. Yeah, thank you, Damon. I appreciate it. Any plans to move out of Europe in the near future? Have you planted your flag? No, I definitely have planted my flag, man. I'm as I was thinking about Japan next, honestly. Did Mortal Kombat 11 got announced? Logic, you did the right thing, man. Let her ass go. Because if a bitch end up that fucked up, trust me, she burned some serious bridges. Because I think I told you guys a story a while back. Like I was walking through Prague with an old girlfriend who had one point, and this sexy girl, because the girlfriend I was with, she was bisexual. I had threesomes with her before, and this sexy girl walked up to us and asked us for help, and I just kept walking. I didn't pay her any attention. And the girlfriend I was with, she said, how come you didn't ask her what was wrong? And I said, look, you got to, and I told the girlfriend I said, look, you got to understand something from a realistic standpoint. You see, every woman has at least 20 beta men to help her out with whatever her problem is. So if this woman was so fucked up that 20 beta men would not come and save her, trust me, you don't want anything to do with that woman. And the girl, she was still kind of confused. Well, I don't get it. Because bitches don't think. They don't know. But it's just the reality. Oh, man, Reggie Miller used to... Man, yeah, man, I'm from Ohio, man. Reggie Miller, that motherfucker used to piss me off. I'm from Ohio. Reggie Miller was... Steph Curry was a bit after my time, but Reggie Miller was Mr. Emoji. Reggie Miller was that dude who would fucking... Okay, Reggie Miller was like Peyton Manning, like back in the day. Like you would go to sleep just knowing the motherfucker was gonna lose. Like they ain't gonna come back from that shit. And then you wake up, they won by 15. You'd be like, how the fuck? And you had to watch ESPN Rewind, and them motherfuckers was going off at ESPN Rewind. Like, that's Reggie Miller with 7 3-pointers in 4.2 seconds, and he stole a pass. And like, god damn. I still remember one game, Peyton Manning, when Peyton Manning played for the Colts. He played against the Buccaneers, and I still remember going to sleep. And the Colts were losing 14-35 or 42 or some shit like that. And I said, fuck this, them motherfuckers ain't winning. I went to sleep. Woke up, Peyton Manning won the damn game. I woke up and they ran through the whole play-by-play action. It was like they knew when AD woke up. Play that shit now. And they went through every play within like literally like 3 minutes. This motherfucker came back and won the damn game for those bitches. And that's how Reggie Miller was that same type of dude. Reggie Miller would score 15 points in 8 seconds. You'd be like, how is that even possible? That shit ain't even possible. That shit ain't even possible. Reggie Miller did. Reggie Miller, he was Rick James. Rick James. Reggie Miller would do that shit. Reggie Miller will fuck around and steal 2 inbound passes, run to that 3-point line, fade away. And you the motherfucker been done, and they won the whole game. She used to bust my ass. One man can't destroy feminism. I'll be honest with you saying God won. No, I don't watch soccer, Nigel. How can you destroy feminism? I'll be real with you, man. Because it's woman's nature to follow shit. Okay, and I'll be real with y'all, and I don't mean to bring political views into this shit. So if you got political views, this is not my intention. But I'm gonna be real with you guys on this, and I'm gonna let you go on a bit. But if there was a way to defeat feminism, I thought Donald Trump would have beat it. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Donald Trump. I'm not saying I'm against Donald Trump. But I would have thought, given the circumstances, I would have thought Donald Trump would have single-handedly beat feminism. If he doesn't beat it now, well, he's not going to beat it because it's clear because it's still there. But I would have thought that he would have seen, because just for the simple math of it, I mean, all these women who hated, these masculine men, they voted for Donald Trump to be president after he grabbed them by the pussy and all the other shit. You see what I'm saying? And just been down. Like, Donald Trump as a man, I'm not mad at all. Like, he did exactly what he should have done from my perspective of it, of holding up his masculinity and the whole. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fan of his, and I'm not saying I'm against him, But he, as a man, he did exactly what he should have done. And I would have thought that he would have been the one who would have, like, see, when you try to knock bitches out of some dumbass shit, you can't just knock a bitch out some dumbass shit. You got to indirectly do it. That way she comes to the conclusion on her own that this is dumb. I need to follow this now. But see, and I thought he could have done it, but he didn't do it. The US is too lost to knock him out of that shit. You like to knock a man, to knock women out of feminism. Women are followers by nature. So with that being said, women need to hear, like, Elon Musk could probably do it, but he would have to, like, get on a roll with some shit. like it's going, because bitches only follow men who they deem as valuable leaders to them. If you're not a valuable leader to a woman, you don't exist to a woman. So the only way to even sway her judgment on anything in life, you have to be somebody who is valuable to her, or else your opinion just doesn't matter. It's just the reality of it. And like I said, that's why I thought Donald Trump could have been that person who done it. But the country in that context of being unified and all that shit like that, he can't do it. I thought he could have done it, but I'm not speaking against him or with him, but no, he can't do it. I thought he could. No, no, that position can't really pull that off. Now, it was okay. Now, him on his own, he couldn't have done it. But what could have worked was, like, let's say, had Elon Musk had written out the facts of what dumbass bitches voted for, who claimed they were feminism, who claimed they were feminists and still voted for him, and he had did it, then motherfuckers would have hopped on the Elon Musk bandwagon because he's, valuable, he's worth something, he's rich and all that shit. They would have immediately, like, latched, because this is what women do, man. This is woman's nature. Woman waits for man to become man and then hops on his bandwagon in the last 5 seconds and pretends that they was, believing this shit the whole time. Woman's entire goal is to seek protection. You see, it's their entire goal. Anything other than that is a waste of time. And as some women, their fastest way to seek protection is to find the highest high heels and the tightest dress. Other women, they think, well, if I'm just smarter, I'll appeal to smarter men. But however you pull it, however you deduce it, it's going to equal the same thing. They're seeking protection from a higher quality male. He's 70. Yeah, he's 70. That don't matter. He's like 74. He's old, but that don't matter. Look, man, y'all are talking about that Donald Trump is old. That age don't matter. See, this is why I talk about in other videos. That age, you seen it from a woman, you seen it from a man's perspective. You see, women don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Woman cares if the man has in some form a way to protect her for the next 15 minutes. You see, and as more valuable he is, that's the more value she's going to put into that. And it don't matter how long it's, see, like I say in older videos, woman's weakness is always this one thing. Well, it's like a combination of two things. Woman's weakness is always these two things. It's the maintenance of time, of keeping things that last, of endure. Woman's overall weakness since the beginning of time is endurance. They don't have any awareness on it. Their awareness of endurance is minimal. They don't have it. like we could look at some shit like, yeah, that car's gonna run out of gas before the 8th lap of this race, and it's a 15-lap race. Like, woman, look, just put more gas in. I don't care. Like, woman's brain just doesn't work in that same way. They just don't have it. They don't have it. Period. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get off here. It's been 2 hours. I didn't think I'd be on here this long. I'm gonna get off here, man. Thank you for everybody who watching anything I do. I have t-shirts for sale on Teespring. That's how bad I am with advertising anything. I have Teespring. I got Patreon. The ebook. I almost forgot about that. The ebook. It's usually in my descriptions. Check that shit out. I'm out of here. So you guys have a good night, man. Hey, I'm gonna put this on my Patreon in case anybody misses it. This is all my live streams or any type of live stream goes on my Patreon. So it's gonna be on Patreon. So I'm out. Have a good night.